Welcome back to Daily Wisdom with Jyotsna. Cherry Blossom. Today, we are going to talk about something so simple, so natural, and yet so powerful. It's the morning sunlight. Every single day, the sun rises without fail, spreading warmth and light across the world. But in our busy lives, we often forget to pause and soak in the golden rays of the morning. Did you know? Just 10 to 15 minutes of exposure to the early morning sun can do wonders for your health. It's not just about vitamin D, though that's one of the most important benefits. But morning sunlight is like a free medicine gifted by nature that balances our body, mind, and soul. In this video, we'll uncover 10 amazing advantages of morning sunlight that can transform your life. I'll not just share the science, but also practical examples and daily wisdom so you can easily apply this to your routine. So, grab your cup of tea, sit back, and let's dive into the light of wellness. Sun with face. Advantage 1. Morning sunlight boosts vitamin D. Let's start with the most famous benefit, vitamin D. We often call it the sunshine vitamin because our body produces it naturally when exposed to sunlight, especially UVB rays. But why is vitamin D so important? Why try pointing backhand index? It helps your body absorb calcium. Without it, even if you eat calcium-rich foods, your bones won't get stronger. Why try pointing backhand index? It strengthens your immune system, protecting you from common illnesses. Why try pointing backhand index? It improves muscle function and reduces fatigue. Now here's the catch. Many people, even in sunny countries, are vitamin D deficient because they avoid the sun or spend too much time indoors. That's why morning sunlight is your natural pharmacy. Unlike harsh afternoon sun, the early morning rays are gentle, safe, and effective. Just 10 to 20 minutes a day, depending on your skin type, can help your body produce enough vitamin D. Let me share a quick story. A friend of mine used to feel constantly tired, no matter how much she slept. Doctors discovered she had vitamin D deficiency. Instead of only relying on supplements, she started a routine. Every morning after her tea, she sat in her garden for 15 minutes. Within a few weeks, her energy levels improved, and she felt lighter and happier. This shows that the morning sun doesn't just give you vitamin D, it gives you vitality, strength, and a fresh start to your day. Advantage 2. Strengthens immunity. Now that we understand how morning sunlight helps in producing vitamin D, let's go one step further, a stronger immune system. Our immune system is like a shield. It protects us from infections, flu, and even chronic illnesses. And guess what? Morning sunlight strengthens that shield. Here's how. When your skin absorbs sunlight and makes vitamin D, your white blood cells, the soldiers of your body, become more active. These soldiers detect and destroy harmful bacteria and viruses before they make you sick. That's why doctors often say people with good vitamin D levels recover faster and fall sick less often. Morning sunlight becomes your body's natural defense booster. Why try pointing backhand index? Think about it. Before modern medicine, our ancestors spent a lot of time outdoors, working in the fields, or just living close to nature. They weren't popping supplements every day, yet they had strong immunity. The secret? Sunlight. There's also a mental connection here. When you get morning sunlight, your body releases serotonin, a hormone that lifts your mood. A happier mind leads to a stronger immune system because stress is one of the biggest immunity killers. Let me share an inspiring example. During the COVID times, many health experts advised people to get some morning sun daily, even if it was just standing at the balcony. Why? Because boosting immunity naturally is the simplest yet most powerful protection. So next time you wake up, don't rush into your phone or emails. Step outside, let the soft rays touch your skin, take a few deep breaths, and know that you are charging your body's shield for the day. Sun with face, flexed biceps. Morning sunlight doesn't just fight disease, it prepares you to live healthier, longer, and stronger. Advantage 3. Improves bone and muscle health. One of the most beautiful gifts of morning sunlight is its impact on your bones and muscles. We've already learned that sunlight helps our body make vitamin D. Now here's the connection. Vitamin D allows your body to absorb calcium from the food you eat. Calcium is the building block of bones and teeth. Without vitamin D, it's like having bricks without cement, they can't stay strong. Why try pointing backhand index? That's why people who avoid sunlight often face problems like weak bones, joint pain, or in older age, osteoporosis. But here's something more interesting. Sunlight also helps your muscles. Research shows that good vitamin D levels reduce the risk of falls in elderly people because their muscles stay stronger and more coordinated. Let's think about kids. Have you seen how children naturally love playing outside in the morning sun? Their bones grow faster, their bodies become more flexible, and their posture develops beautifully. On the other hand, modern lifestyle has pushed many kids indoors, glued to screens. That's one reason we are seeing an increase in vitamin deficiencies and posture issues even in young children. There's a wonderful saying in Ayurveda, Surya hi Jeevan ka mool hai. The sun is the root of life. And when you take your bones and muscles into that gentle morning light, you're not just nourishing your body, you're giving it long-term strength and stability. So if you want strong bones, a pain-free back, and energetic muscles, don't just think of exercise and supplements. Think of adding 10 minutes of morning sunlight to your routine. It's nature's fitness gift to you. Advantage 4. Boosts mental health and reduces depression. Let's now talk about the mind. Morning sunlight doesn't just heal the body, it heals the brain and emotions too. When you step into the early morning rays, your body starts releasing serotonin, often called the happy hormone. This little chemical is responsible for lifting your mood, keeping you calm, and making you feel positive. Why try pointing backhand index? Low serotonin levels are linked with depression, anxiety, and irritability. That's why people who stay indoors for too long, or in countries with less sunlight, often struggle with seasonal depression. Morning sunlight becomes a natural antidepressant. Unlike medicine, it doesn't come with side effects. Just imagine, you're feeling low, your thoughts are heavy, and instead of scrolling your phone endlessly, you step outside, feel the warmth of sunlight on your face, breathe deeply, and suddenly there's a shift inside you. You feel lighter. That's sunlight working its magic. I remember meeting a young student who struggled with exam stress. She started a simple routine. Every morning, she walked for 20 minutes in the sunlight while listening to soft music. She told me later, Didi, it feels like the sun takes away my worries and gives me energy. Even science supports this. Doctors often recommend sunlight exposure as part of therapy for mild depression and stress management. It's a reminder that nature already has healing built within it, we just have to connect. So the next time you feel anxious or low, don't wait for external fixes. Just step outside, let the sunlight hug you. And remember, you are never alone. The sun rises every day for you. Sun with face sparkles. Advantage 5. Regulates sleep cycle. One of the most underrated benefits of morning sunlight is how it helps you sleep better at night. Surprising, isn't it? Here's the science. Our body has an internal clock called the circadian rhythm. This rhythm tells us when to feel awake and when to feel sleepy. But modern life, late night screens, artificial lights, and irregular schedules confuses this natural clock. Morning sunlight acts like nature's alarm system. When the gentle rays hit your eyes, even indirectly, not by staring at the sun, they signal your brain to stop producing melatonin, the hormone that makes you sleepy, and start producing serotonin, which makes you alert. Then, as the day passes and night comes, the opposite happens. Your body naturally starts making melatonin again, preparing you for restful sleep. Why try pointing backhand index? That means if you expose yourself to morning sunlight regularly, you'll wake up fresher in the day and sleep deeper at night. Think about it. How often do we hear people say, I can't sleep well, I wake up tired? Instead of only searching for medicines or sleeping pills, One of the simplest natural solutions is morning sunlight. I know a corporate employee who had severe insomnia because of late-night laptop work. His doctor suggested trying sunlight therapy. For 3 weeks, he made a routine, going for a 15-minute morning walk. Slowly, his sleep cycle started resetting, and he no longer tossed and turned at night. Morning sunlight doesn't just give you vitamin D, it restores your body clock, giving you energy in the day and peace at night. Crescent moon sparkles. Advantage 6. Supports heart health. Another powerful benefit of morning sunlight is how it protects your heart. Our heart works tirelessly, beating over 100,000 times a day, pumping life through us. But stress, unhealthy diet, and lack of natural lifestyle have made heart issues so common today. Morning sunlight steps in as a natural healer. Here's how. Right pointing backhand index sunlight exposure helps lower blood pressure. When UV rays touch your skin, they trigger the release of nitric oxide into your blood. This relaxes blood vessels, improving circulation and reducing strain on the heart. Right pointing backhand index regular morning sunlight improves vitamin D levels, which are linked to lower risks of heart disease and stroke. Right pointing backhand index, it also reduces inflammation, which is a silent enemy behind many chronic illnesses, including heart problems. Now let's connect it with routine. Have you noticed how early morning walkers often look healthier and fresher than late-night gym goers? That's because they are combining exercise with sunlight, a double gift for heart health. I once read about a 55-year-old man who had borderline high blood pressure. Instead of just relying on pills, he started brisk walking every morning under the sunlight. Within months, not only did his blood pressure normalize, but his mood and energy also improved. His doctor told him, "Whatever you're doing, keep doing. It's working better than medicine." The heart is not just a pump, it's the rhythm of your life. And morning sunlight keeps that rhythm strong and steady. So if you truly want to protect your heart, don't just think of avoiding junk food, think of embracing the morning sun. Advantage 7. Enhances skin health. When we think of sunlight and skin, many people worry, won't it cause tanning or damage? The truth is, harsh afternoon sunlight can harm your skin, yes. But gentle morning sunlight is actually beneficial and can make your skin healthier. Here's why. Right pointing backhand index sunlight stimulates vitamin D, which is important not just for bones, but also for skin cell growth and repair. Right pointing backhand index, it helps reduce certain skin issues like acne, psoriasis, and eczema, as controlled sun exposure reduces inflammation. Right pointing backhand index sunlight also improves blood circulation, giving your skin a natural glow. Now, there's a balance to maintain. I'm not talking about standing under the midday sun for hours. That can damage skin. I'm talking about the soft, golden rays between 6:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Timing may vary with seasons. This sunlight is safe, gentle, and nourishing. Let me share a small experience. One of my relatives had mild psoriasis. She tried creams and medicines, but still struggled. Her doctor recommended just 10 to 15 minutes of morning sunlight daily. Within weeks, her skin started healing, itching reduced, and she felt more confident. Our ancestors always believed in natural beauty secrets, oils, herbs, and yes, sunlight. That's why in many cultures, newborns are given early morning sunbaths for strong bones and glowing skin. So next time you think about skincare, remember it's not just about expensive creams. Sometimes the simplest beauty secret is stepping outside and letting nature kiss your skin with golden light. Advantage 8. Increases energy and productivity. Have you noticed how the day feels completely different when you step out into the sun in the morning? That's because morning sunlight is a natural energy booster. Here's how it works. Right pointing backhand index morning sunlight increases serotonin levels, making you feel alert, focused, and positive. Right pointing backhand index, it helps regulate your body clock, ensuring you don't feel sluggish. Right pointing backhand index, it supports better oxygen circulation, and keeps your energy stable throughout the day. Think about it. On cloudy, dark days, don't you feel more tired and lazy? That's because your brain isn't getting enough light signals to stay active. Morning sunlight fixes this. I know a young entrepreneur who struggled with productivity. He used to work late nights and wake up late, always feeling drained. I suggested he try simple change, wake up early, and spend 15 minutes in the sun before starting work. Within a month, his focus improved, he stopped procrastinating, and his energy levels stayed steady through the day. He told me, "It feels like I've added an extra battery inside me." Even offices today are designed with more natural light because studies show that employees exposed to sunlight are more productive and happier. Morning sunlight is like charging your internal solar panel. You don't need endless cups of coffee when nature itself gives you energy in its purest form. So if you want your day to be powerful and productive, don't just plan tasks. Plan to meet the sun first. Advantage 9. Supports weight management. Morning sunlight even plays a role in managing weight. Sounds surprising? Let's see how. Why try pointing backhand index first? Sunlight helps regulate hormones like insulin and leptin, which control hunger and metabolism. That means your body processes food more effectively and you feel fewer cravings. Why try pointing backhand index second? Sunlight exposure boosts serotonin, which later converts into melatonin at night. This cycle ensures good sleep, and proper sleep is directly linked with healthy weight. Poor sleep often causes overeating and weight gain. Why try pointing backhand index third? People who get early sunlight exposure are more active during the day, naturally burning more calories. There's also an interesting study from Northwestern University, USA. It found that people who get sunlight between 8 a.m. and noon tend to have lower body mass index, BMI, than those who don't, regardless of diet or exercise. That's powerful proof of how light itself affects body weight. I know a homemaker who struggled with weight despite dieting. When she started walking the morning sun, not only did her metabolism improve, but her cravings for junk food also reduced. She said, "It feels like the sun resets my system every morning." So, if you're aiming for weight loss or simply a balanced body, don't just focus on what you eat or how much you move. Focus also on when you see the sun. It could be the missing key to your journey. Advantage 10. Strengthens connection with nature and mindfulness. Finally, let's talk about a benefit that goes beyond science and touches the soul. The way morning sunlight connects you with nature. In our modern, fast-paced lives, we often feel disconnected, anxious, or restless. But when you stand under the morning sun, something shifts. You feel grounded. You feel part of something bigger. Why try pointing backhand index? Morning sunlight encourages mindfulness. As you breathe slowly, watch the colors of the sky, hear the birds, and feel the warmth, your mind naturally slows down. Stress fades away, and clarity comes in. Why try pointing backhand index? It deepens your spiritual connection. That's why in many traditions, yoga, Ayurveda, even ancient civilizations, sun worship or Surya Namaskar, sun salutations, are practiced at sunrise. It's not superstition, it's science mixed with spirituality. I remember an elderly man from my neighborhood. Every morning, he would sit quietly facing the sun, eyes closed, palms folded. One day, I asked him why. He smiled and said, "Child, the sun teaches me patience. No matter how dark the night is, it always rises. And so should we." That's the beauty of morning sunlight. It not only nourishes your body, but also teaches life lessons, hope, renewal, and gratitude. When you embrace morning sunlight, you're not just taking care of health, you're awakening your mind and soul. So my dear friends, we've traveled through 10 incredible benefits of morning sunlight. Let's quickly recap. Boosts vitamin D sun with face. Strengthens immunity shield. Improves bones and muscles, flexed biceps. Boosts mental health. Regulates sleep cycle, sleeping face. Supports heart health, heavy black heart. enhances skin health sparkles, increases energy and productivity high voltage sign, supports weight management scales, strengthens connection with nature herb. Morning sunlight is not just light, it's life. It's nature's free medicine, available to everyone, yet often ignored. In a world where we spend so much on supplements, gyms, and therapies, sometimes the simplest solution is stepping outside and letting the golden rays of the sun touch our skin. I encourage you, starting tomorrow, give yourself just 10 to 15 minutes of morning sunlight. Walk, stretch, pray, meditate, or simply sit quietly. Notice how your body, mind, and spirit begin to transform. Remember, the sun rises every single day without fail. It is patient, generous, and life-giving. If we align our lives with it, we too can live healthier, happier, and more balanced lives. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Daily Wisdom with Jyotsna. Cherry blossom together, let's spread light, health, and positivity. This is Jyotsna, reminding you, every sunrise is a new chance to shine. Sun with face sparkles. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.